Ision. Welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. I'm out on the street. The trees are blowing. Our Sun Lord is retreating. I think a storm is coming in. It's turned cold and it feels damp. Luckily, I got my umbrella, so come hang out with me. Welcome to Wiccan Wednesday. I'm scanning the sky looking for our Sun Lord. This beautiful bluish gray today reminds me also of Odin, the god of the sky, our sky father, the all-father. We can see the god's presence in the sun and in the sky. Just like we see the earth mother's presence in the earth, or the green man in the trees. The deities, the gods of paganism, of Wicca, are all about us. We believe in a deity that is immanent, meaning it's present with us, yet also transcendent. There's room for both views in this faith. Well, it's Wiccan Wednesday, and where else would you find Psychic Bob but at an establishment that has some mystical power? Here at Shooters, they put a pentagram outside the door. There's an old Wiccan saying, may the five ever be at your door. And that's a sign meaning may the five-pointed star bless and protect you. Perfect place to go for Wiccan Wednesday. Come on along. Tubies, it's so good to be at Shooters, my favorite restaurant. And my lunch arrived. Look what I got. Oh, I got a corned beef sandwich. It's like corned beef and coleslaw sandwich. And I got their homemade potato soup. I got a Coke. Oh, and look what appeared. I don't know how that arrived on my table. A martini. What can you do? It just arrived. So their soups here are the best. This is homemade cream of potato soup. Oh. I love it. Tubies, that was a great lunch. I had such a good time. And I was like, gosh, the weather's changed. It was freezing and about to rain. Now it's turned warm and our Sun Lord is shining down. There he is. Hail the Sun Lord. Hail. Well, we're going to head on home and we're going to talk about something fun and mystical today. Tubies, some super strong winds have moved in. Remember how gray the sky was? Look, it has turned totally blue. And look over there. I don't know if it's showing on camera, but there is our moon mother up in the sky. So she's blessing us. So we got our moon mother over there, and our Sun Lord up there, and the sky's turned blue. So I guess the rain went away, but I got my umbrella just in case. Well, Tubies, I'm home safe and sound. It's a windstorm out there. You can hear it blowing through my windows. I have old windows from the 1960s. My condo is not very insulated. But anyways, I'm here with you, and that's what's awesome. Well, today we're going to talk about a mystical goddess, the goddess of the Ganges River. Her name is Ganga Devi, or Ganga Ma. Ganga Ma means Mother Ganges, and Ganga Devi means goddess of the Ganges. So let's take a look at her, shall we? Hail Ganga Devi! Hail, Queen of the Ganges, mystical river goddess, hail! And here is my beautiful statue of the goddess Ganga Devi. You'll notice that she's dressed in a beautiful blue. Sometimes you'll see her in blue or white. Sometimes she wears red and gold. All goddess colors. But Ganga Devi is the goddess who is literally, her body is the sacred river of the Ganges. And you'll notice here on my statue, she's floating on a lotus on the water. That's the Ganges River in India. And she rides on a giant crocodile. That's her vehicle and her guardian. And this goddess is very, very revered. She has a fascinating history behind her. According to the legend, there was a famous Indian yogi, a sage, and gosh, I'm blanking on his name. I would know it any other day. I think his name was like Bharati. I'll just call him Bharati. Well, so Bharati always prayed for a blessing from the gods. He had a great love of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu and all the ancient ones. And he also knew about the great goddess Ganga Devi. And he prayed that he might receive her presence and her blessing. And because he was so devoted to his prayers, the gods felt they had to give him and answer. And Ganga Devi herself was so touched that she decided to come to the earth. Well, Ganga Devi literally dove right in. She jumped from the spiritual realm into the material physical realm. It's like she literally fell from heaven like a waterfall, because her body changes between human and water form. And as she was falling to the earth, the gods realized that her power was so great that if she hit the earth at full speed, it would shatter the earth in half. And so Lord Shiva, who is the master yogi, absorbed her into his hair. He broke her fall by catching her in his hair and then allowing the water to flow. And this is the origin of the Ganges River. The goddess literally fell from heaven, fell through Shiva's hair, and then emanated down from the Himalayan mountains. And so she had a descent from heaven down through the mountains and down into the plains of India. And this river that you see she's flowing is literally her body. So the goddess and the river water are literally one and the same. But she can take human form to speak to people, or anthropomorphic form, I should say. And so you'll notice that Ganga Devi is often seen, she wears a crown, meaning she's a queen, and she has 4 arms. Like many ancient Indian gods, they have multiple arms. In one hand, she holds a lotus, which is a sign of her purity, of her blessing. And the goddess gives purity and blessing, forgiveness of sins. This hand is held up here. You'll see this hand represents blessing. It means giving power and blessing and protection. This hand is down below, giving special boons, special offerings to people in need. And this other hand holds a pot, the holy water pot, called a lota. And this is to represent that many people gather the sacred water as a blessing. She oftentimes brings the water as a sign of her presence and blessing. And so these are the hands of Ganga Devi. And as I said, she sits on a lotus, representing her purity, and then she travels on an alligator, or a crocodile, who is her guardian and her protector. In the Hindu religion, it's believed that any soul that dies near the Ganges or touching the water of the Ganges will be liberated, will attain the highest degree of freedom, and will not have to reincarnate. This is why many funerals are held along the Ganges River. And so when somebody is old and they think they're going to pass away, many times they will go to the Ganges to wait out their final days. So as you can imagine, there's kind of a large elderly population at the Ganges River stations. But Ganga Devi is the river Ganges River is the river that runs through all of India from north to south. And it's considered so sacred. People travel down it. They go and bathe in it. Bathing in the Ganges is almost kind of like the equivalent of Christian baptism. It purifies you and starts you new. So no matter how evil you are, no matter how wicked you are, Ganga Devi will take you in and purify you and give you a new beginning. So she's considered such a merciful goddess that even the worst of the worst will find in her refuge and protection and blessing. Isn't that a lovely goddess? Now, in the Hindu tradition, many people have deity forms. In the Indian religion, it's believed that when you have a consecration, a statue, and you do a consecration on the statue, that the goddess dwells within. So I have invoked Ganga Devi into this statue. So this is literally her body in an earthly form. I also have another form of Ganga Devi. Many people in India have smaller travel-sized statues. Like my big statue, I wouldn't want to take lest it become damaged. But they have smaller, more mobile statues. This is a little statue done in gold. Well, it's actually done in brass. It's gold-plated. But it also shows the goddess. You'll notice up here in her hand is the water pot. This hand is lowered and giving blessings. This other hand has the trident. Now, this is reminiscent of people who worship her as a form of the supreme goddess. So sometimes she's identified with Shakti, or Shiva's power, the goddess aspect. Well, she is a goddess, but like the ultimate goddess, like the supreme goddess. And then her other hand in the background holds a lotus flower, just like on our statue up here. But the trident represents her authority, her control of time, space, and matter, her control over past, present, and future. So as the goddess who purifies, she can see your past and know it. And the 3-forked prong, the trident, And her hand here represents the past. Seeing your past, knowing your present, seeing your future. So Goddess Ganga Devi, excuse me, I can't talk today, helps steer people's fate and destiny as well. Here again, you'll notice below her there is a crocodile that she's sitting on. There's the head, the body, and the tail. And so she goes down the river on her crocodile. So there you go. As many of you know, there is a river that runs near my house called Holmes Run. But last year I consecrated it and renamed it the New Ganges. It's believed in the Hindu tradition that wherever the goddess Ganga is invoked, if you're at a river and you call upon her, she will come and help you. I asked her to consecrate the river to be as sacred as the Ganges. And so you can invoke the goddess, and if you invoke her presence into a river or a body of water, that water becomes the same as the Ganges. So I renamed the river after the invocation, the New Ganges, for it is actually now as holy as the Ganges. So even though I would love to travel to India and can't right now, I can still go to my local river and still get the blessing and benefit the same as if I was in India. Now that's pretty magical, I think. Hail Ganga Devi. Now if you want to make an offering to Ganga Devi, let's say you're not near a river like I am, all you need to do is offer her some water. Her offerings are very simple. Basically, water, some incense, and a candle. So here we have some water, so we would just offer this water. Now once you offer water to Ganga Devi, it becomes like the Ganges. So you can actually have sacred holy water in your house. And you can use that to bless and anoint yourself. You can drink it. You can pour it on you. There's no blasphemy. You can actually drink holy water in the Hindu religion. In fact, it's encouraged. So you could offer your daily water that you drink there. If you have a big water bottle, you could offer it to Ganga Devi and have that bless you. And then you have holy water that you're consuming all day. And then you want to offer a blue candle. I'm out of blue candles, so I have a little blue glass votive. We could put a candle in that and offer that. And then some incense. I don't have incense set up today, but just to show you some ideas to think about. You don't have to be very fancy. The offerings for Ganga Devi are very simple. Some light, some water, and some incense. And if you have a river that you can offer or go to do offerings, that's even better. And invoke Ganga Devi and ask her to infuse the water with her presence. And your river where you live will become as sacred as the Ganges. Today it's too cold outside and too much wind to go down to the river, but depending on how the weather is this week, we may go either tomorrow or maybe Friday and try to do an outdoor offering. And I'll show you a ritual then that we can do outdoors to honor the goddess, similar as to what they would do in India. So guys, I've enjoyed spending some time with you today and sharing with you about the great goddess Ganga Devi, or Ganga Mata. She's also called, means Mother Ganges. And I hope wherever you are that this will inspire you. Get out and walk. See if you have a local river that you feel drawn to. Ask her presence to be there. And then you will have the Ganges in your own backyard, just like I do. Well guys, I've so enjoyed being here with you. Listen, help me out please. Like this video, thumbs up, favorite, share with your friends. Make sure to smash that like button and be part of our channel. Also hit subscribe. We'd love you to be here, and click the bell to get updates and notifications. Well listen guys, as I said, later this week when the weather's a little better, we're going to go down to the river. I'm going to teach you some more prayers, and we'll do a ritual offering at the river for Ganga Devi. So hang with us, we'll have more for you. Anyways, make sure if you haven't done so, go over and see yesterday's video. We did a live stream messages from the spirit world. You don't want to miss that. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time. Thank you to all of you who came out and supported it. You guys rock. I love you. Anyways, guys, listen, keep it here. We got more coming. Tomorrow's vlog Thursday. Depending on the weather, we'll determine where we go and what we do. But listen, just hang with us. You guys are best. I love you. Tell me in the info box below, have you ever worked with Ganga Devi? Or have you ever traveled to the actual Ganges River? I want to hear from you. Well, guys, listen, thanks for being here. PsychicBob got a cruise, but I love you guys. And now we is out of here.